In a previous episode, I said that everybody wanted to be wealthy. I was very careful in my choice of the word wealthy because I don't really think that people want money. Collecting money is just a little weird. It's like collecting Beanie Babies. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you're into collecting Beanie Babies, but people don't really want money. Hi, I'm your host, Ron Davis. So why am I in a cemetery to talk to you about money? Well, the obvious thing is to put things in perspective. This is Glenwood Cemetery, one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the world, or in America for sure, here in Houston, Texas. And it's the kind of cemetery that used to be common, you know, not just like a big flat field with little stones on the ground or identical tombstones sticking up like the jaws of death. Now, this was a cemetery that has monuments, and we see monuments all over the place here. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Part of the reason that it's the root of all kinds of evil is because it's the pursuit of a means goal and not an ends goal. As Tony Robbins says, you don't want to collect pieces of paper with pictures of dead notables on it. The fact is that people want what they think money will give them. Freedom, success, peace of mind. All these things are things that people think money will give them. But you need to think of a couple things when you're thinking about associating those things with money. The first thing to think about is that sometimes you can get the things without the money. Lots of people have peace of mind and very little money. And there are a lot of people who have a whole lot of freedom that have very little money as well. So you can sometimes get the things you want without the money. Secondly, and conversely, it's kind of the flip side of that. Sometimes getting the money does not give you the thing you want. There are a lot of people who have all kinds of money and very little or no peace of mind. The more money they have, the more stressed out they get. And a lot of people aren't free just because they're rich. So you've got to think, what is the ends goal you want, not the means goal you want. So those are your 2 points to think about whenever you think that money is going to give you one of these things. Behind me is Howard Hughes' grave. Howard Hughes was one of the richest men in the world, and he had everything he wanted. He had accomplished his goals in life. He'd become a filmmaker, he'd built a big company, he'd become a famous aviator, he owned casinos. But as we all know, he died not the happiest man in the world. A recluse in his penthouses in Las Vegas. So you can see how you could have all the money in the world and still not have what you want to have. That's why this place puts things in perspective. So your action step for today is a little exercise I just recently learned from Frank Kern. You need a piece of paper and you're going to write down 3 questions, and then you're going to answer those 3 questions. So here's the 3 questions. Question number 1. Why do you want money? Question number 2. How will you know when you have enough money? Question number 3. What picture appears in your head when you think about having enough money? What sounds do you hear? What's around you? What do you feel? Think about that for a moment. Now ask yourself, can I have that moment? Can I have that thing without money? Because if I can, then maybe I should pursue it that way and not depend on money to get it to me. Check out the Tony Robbins page for resources from Tony Robbins. And I'll also make a link to some of Frank Kern's stuff. He's an internet marketing guru, so it's going to be very focused on making money. Make money your servant, not your master. Until next time, I'm Ron Davis. Live life to the fullest.